Hello, 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 everybody. You know, it is Tuesday, and you guys know what goes down here on Tuesday. Wife Chat goes down here on Tuesday. So, do me a huge favor when you join. Please share this and let everybody know that Wife Chat is going down. It's been a 2 weeks since I've seen you guys before. I got on here before I went to Jamaica, which was absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, Gil and I had a great time hanging out with our friends and stuff like that. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Do me a huge, huge favor and make sure that you put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. So yeah, the last time I was on here, we had went to Jamaica and enjoyed ourselves thoroughly. Thank you guys for all your prayers and stuff. I hopefully you've seen some of my pictures that I posted and stuff. When I said we had a ball, we had a ball. We unplugged, had a great time hanging out with friends and family. I was like, we got to do this more often. And usually Gil and I take a vacation around our anniversary every year. But to hang out with friends that we've been friends for 30 years or more was just amazing. Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. Do me a favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love give you a shout out. And again, I hope and pray that you all had amazing Thanksgiving. For me, I had a great Thanksgiving. I got to do one of my passions. What I love to do is cook. Most people who meet me wouldn't think that I can cook, but I absolutely love to cook. That is a way that I show my family love. And so I got a chance to throw down in the kitchen, and then we just hung out and had a great time. I got to love up on my grandkids, and just like I said, I had a great Thanksgiving, and I pray that that was the same for you and your family or your extended family. Um, again, thank you guys so much for hopping on. I appreciate you. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. And again, it's been 2 weeks since I've been on here, so I missed you guys, and hopefully you missed me. So tonight's chat, it brings me joy, right? It's from a husband in New York City. And he says, "Hello, Dr. Gail. My wife and I just got married in October. Wow. Of 2024. So they ain't been married over 4 months, right? And he says, I am 21 and she is 20, very close to the age that Gil and I got married at. Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. Do me a favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, give you a shout out. Hi, Latanya from Maryland. I appreciate you for tuning in on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you for hopping on, and thank you so much for your support. And he says, hello, Dr. Gail. My wife and I just got married October 2024, and I'm 21 and she is 20. Wow. I watched your YouTube channel diligently before I got married. And now that I'm married, can you please tell me some things to put in place to build a strong, healthy marriage? I admire that you and your husband got married young, like me and my wife. And I want to be celebrating 30, 40, 60 years till death do us part. And I am so glad that this young man has tapped into my channel. I appreciate him. And that he wants some tools and some strategies to make his marriage and start off the right way. Unfortunately, Gil and I didn't start off the right way, and we went through hell, but we still standing. Hi, Rosalinda. Thank you so much from Illinois. I appreciate you for joining me on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. And so I'm going to give this young man some tools. And I did try to reach out to him. As you guys know, whenever you send me a chat, I'll put you in the queue, but I will always reach back out to you and tell you before I do the chat, right? And I don't ever say your name. I'll just say where you're from and if it's a husband and a wife and your situation. Hi, Zoe. Thank you so much from Texas. I appreciate you for just joining me from Texas. Y'all coming on through. You know I'm from Texas, Zoe. You know I'm from San Antonio. So thank you so much, my Texas connection. And so I want to give him some basic things. As you guys know, I've been in this space for 20 years now. Wow, it's time is flying. And I want to give him some basic things to make sure that he starts off in his marriage strong, right? And is it going to be perfect? The answer is absolutely not. Again, I did not get the opportunity to have a conversation with him, but I will try to follow up with him. But these things that I'm going to give this young man and anybody who's watching are things that you can implement in your marriage starting today. And these are things that Gil and I do daily. We're not perfect. And y'all know, if y'all watch my channel, I never say that I'm perfect, right? I was the one who acted a fool most of the time in the marriage. But anyway, the first thing is communicate daily. Communicate daily, right? And I know we're all busy. We get in spaces where, he didn't say something crazy or she didn't say something crazy to you, so you're not communicating. That's the worst thing that you can do, right? I believe if you can communicate with your spouse daily, you can get through absolutely anything. So communicate daily, regardless if you're in a great space or not a good space. And I'm not talking about communicate. What do you want to eat? I don't know what I want to eat. Are you taking the kids? That kind of communication. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is opening your mouth and saying, hello, how are you today? Right? Is there anything I could do for, even when you're in a bad space? And I know this can be hard, but the thing is that you both adults and you need to learn to communicate daily and effectively. Okay. That's the first thing. Number 2 is learn to compromise. It doesn't always have to be one way. All roads do not always have to lead to one way. Okay. And earlier in my marriage, I thought if it wasn't my way, it wasn't the right way. Right. And to me, whatever my thoughts or how I was raised and how it should be done, whether it was cleaning the toilet or cooking something, if it wasn't done the way I thought it was going to be, it was not the right way. And you got to learn to compromise, because there could be a better way to get to the same results. So learn to compromise, right? And learn to do that early, right? And if the person that is, if your spouse is not listening and you feel like you're the only one who is compromising, then you need to have a conversation and say, hey, we're a team. We're trying to work towards the same goal. So tell me why you're feeling the way you're feeling in this situation, right? Because I'm open to compromise, and I'm not saying lose yourself every single time there's a problem and you just compromise because you don't want to argue. That's not what I'm saying, because that becomes a problem later down in the relationship as well. But what I'm saying is learn to compromise, and you don't always have to be right. Okay. Number 3, continue to be a whole person inside of the marriage. You can definitely have the me inside of the we. And what do I mean by that? So many people, when they get in a marriage, they become so needy that they can't do anything, say anything, accomplish anything without their spouse. And that becomes taxing on the other person, because the other person was not created to be your everything. Only God can do that for you, right? So be a whole person, as whole as possible. Yes, is there going to be times where your spouse has to cover your weaknesses and vice versa? That is a given. But what I'm saying is if a lot of times we get in these marriages and we think that person's supposed to make us happy, make sure that we have everything we need, make sure all of these things, and that's not their job. Their job is to be your equal, and you guys work together. So you can definitely be a whole person, right? As whole as possible. And sometimes there is going to be a 60-40 split, right? Sometimes you're going to be the weaker person and they're going to be the stronger person, and vice versa. But be as whole as possible. Try to get, if you have baggage, get yourself some counseling and all those kind of things. One of my things is I thought Gil's job was to make me happy. He could stand on his head, flip or whatever. That's not going to make me happy. That's an inside job. And I had to learn that for myself. Okay. So be a whole person, right? Number 4 is don't forget to have fun and laugh. We get so bogged down with bills, living, and all the stuff that goes along with being grown in marriage that we forget to have fun. We forget to laugh. We forget that we can be children again at some point in time. I'm not saying be irresponsible and not go to work and stuff like that to have fun. Well, what I'm saying is learn to laugh, dance, have a good time, because life is happening all around us. And the same things that you did to get each other is the same thing you got to do to keep each other times 10, because there's so many other people buying for your spouse. It is. So learn to have fun. And like I said, when Gil and I went on vacation, we had so much fun. We laughed. We did stupid stuff that we did back in our 20s and 30s. We just had a great time. And every single Friday, Gil and I, don't matter where we are, we have a date, because we realized we were doing life, accruing material things, but that's not living. And we were so serious because we were so big. We got to pay this, got to do this. And it became this thing. And we were like, we don't even have fun anymore. We have material things with no fun. That's not living. So we learned that material things, it is what it is, but we're going to have fun on this journey. We are. So learn to have fun and laugh often. And I'm talking to this young man who is 21 and his wife is 20, and they just got married in October, and he asked me to give them some wisdom. Okay. And number 5 is forgive often. And that was a hard one for me, because I could literally carry around a grudge for 2 or 3 weeks and not speak to Gil and look at him like he was crazy. And it takes a lot of energy to be unforgiveful. It really is. It's to not forgive your spouse, right? They're human. They're going to make mistakes just like you are, right? And so therefore forgive often, because the forgiving part is not for them, it's really for you. So you don't be carrying that around, because it takes a lot of energy to stay mad. It does. And we tend to forgive other people outside of our houses quicker than we forgive the person that we said I do too, and we're going to spend the rest of our life with, and we lay down and go to sleep with them every single day. I don't understand. I still can't figure it out why we hold them to a different standard than we do other people that don't even care about you, that didn't even cut a covenant with you. Okay. So forgive often. Number 6, respect each other as you grow. Respect each other as you grow, right? And I deal with couples from all over the world, and a lot of couples deal with jealousy because you think your spouse is outgrowing you. And they probably are in some areas, because life is happening, right? So if they get a promotion on a job and you didn't get the promotion, you're happy for them, but you ain't really happy for them because you wish it was you, right? So you're not in competition with your spouse. You want to see them grow. You want to see them change, and you want to see them develop. So be a support system for each other. You should be your spouse's biggest cheerleader. You shouldn't be a dream killer. You should be helping them grow, helping them expand, helping them want to do more and achieve more, because you only get one shot at life. You do. So respect each other and learn to grow as people, individuals, and grow as a couple. Or is it going to be perfect? The answer is absolutely not. But I know for a fact that I live in the house with my biggest cheerleader. And he knows for a fact that I am his biggest cheerleader. Is there mistakes that we have made that cost us financially? Absolutely. I've been the biggest one that cost us financially with all these adventures and stuff that I wanted to take. But at the end of the day, I know that I had a support system that say, okay, you didn't fail, get back up, dust yourself off, and start again tomorrow, and vice versa. Okay. We have been married for over 25 years, and finally we empty nesters. We took your advice, and we have date night every weekend now, and I have been grateful for our marriage. You are so welcome, Rosalinda. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you did take your advice, because like I said, dating my husband is one of the best things that I started doing, and we started doing it years ago. And all our kids are like, I know y'all, where y'all going. People who know me know after 5 o'clock on Friday, don't call me, don't text me or whatever, because I'm getting cute to go with my husband, because I get real cute to go out on my date. Just like I got real cute when I was getting him 37 years ago. Anyway, so I am glad that you implemented that, and thank you so much for sharing that. And number 7, be supportive. I already talked about be supportive, right? If they come to you and you think it's a harebrained, crazy idea, at least let them get it all out and explore the good, the bad, and the ugly of the idea. Because a lot of things that we're using today, somebody told them that that was crazy and it wasn't going to work and whatever, but they found one person that said, you know what, that might work. Look at Amazon. If you've ever read the story about Amazon, they told them ain't nobody buying no books off of online when you can go right to Barnes and Noble and all the other places. Ain't nobody buying books. I bet you half of us on here click, 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 click all last week and Black Friday and all Black Sunday. Y'all getting all Amazon packages every single day, just like I am. But again, somebody told him, yes, somebody supported that. I'm just using him as an example. So don't just be so quick to shut your spouse off if they say, well, what about this? What about this? Let them get it out and sit down and explore the whole entire thing that they're thinking about in order to see if it might be something that will work. Okay. And number 8, build intimacy daily. I'm not talking about sex. Build intimacy daily, because intimacy is what sustains a marriage. You can get sex anywhere. But if you build amazing intimacy outside of the bedroom, there's magic inside of the bedroom. And intimacy is being vulnerable, having conversations. It's a hug, it's a kiss, it's a slap on the butt. It's you look beautiful, you're handsome. It's all of those things that you did to get them before you even engaged in sex. That is the glue that holds a marriage together. Being able to have meaningful conversations and being intimate and knowing that you live in the household with your best friend. And let me tell you, it took me 8 years to realize that Gail was my best friend, because he see me at my best and he didn't see me at my worst, and he didn't see me in everywhere in between. And I didn't realize I was living in a house with my best friend. And if you're not in a space, because I understand this too, that you don't feel that you can be vulnerable and you can open up your heart and all of those things because you've been hurt with infidelity, all, whatever it is, get in a space and ask God to heal you and to forgive each other and start again, because you can. I've been in that space too. And so my prayer is that this helps this young man and anybody on here. I don't care if you've been married 4 months or 44 years. These things can be applied to your marriage starting today. Okay. So I hope and pray that these things helps this young man. And if you guys have any wife chat that you want me to talk about, do me a favor either email me, go into any of my inboxes on any of my platforms. I check them all. Can you believe it? I do. I have an amazing team that works with me, but they don't check any of my emails or anything like that because I want to make sure that you guys know when I respond, it is really me responding. It's funny because people go, is it really you? Yeah, it is really me. And also, if you want to talk to me, I offer a free 15-minute discovery call. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you with one tool and one strategy to help you stay in your marriage and get past whatever that stumbling block is going in your marriage. All you have to do is go to gailcrowder.com, scroll to the center of the page, and you can schedule a time with me with that. And again, you guys, thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate you. Zoe, thank you for getting on. Rosalinda, thank you so much for getting on. Latanya, thank you so much for getting on. And there's other people on here that didn't put in the chat that you're on here, but I appreciate you guys. Continue to pray. My TV show is almost there. We are doing some fundraising. So if you want to give, you can find the Gail Crowder TV show on my channel on YouTube. Just go there and click the link and know if you give me $5, I am grateful. And again, you guys, okay. Hi, Ricardo from DC. I appreciate you for getting on. I love you guys to pieces. Again, if you guys need me, y'all know how to find me. Y'all know how to find me. I'm always available. Y'all have an amazing, amazing, amazing night.